Good morning, all. Myself Murali Subramania. We are in unit number 2 for the cost estimation and cost accounting unit. Comes under process planning and cost estimation subject. So last few lectures we saw about functions of cost estimation or importance of cost estimation, objectives of cost estimation, with the definition of cost estimations and all we gone through, right? So just to recollect what is meant to cost estimation, predicting or forecasting the cost going to occur in order to make one particular product or part before it happens, right? So that is what cost estimation. So what are all the objectives of cost estimation? What is the functions? Uh, if we do the cost estimation wrongly, improper cost estimation, what will happen, like overestimation or underestimation, what will happen, we have seen in our previous lectures, right? So in this lecture we are going to discuss about few topics related to cost estimation. Start with types of cost estimation, and we have a method of cost estimation, and with some examples or case study I'll be going to discuss. Then data requirements for cost estimation also I'm going to discuss in this lecture. Okay, so start with the types of cost estimation. So the cost estimation types actually divided into two category. One is preliminary cost estimation, another one is the final cost estimate. So under the preliminary cost estimation, what are the things we need to have, what are the things or what are the consideration we have, in the sense the preliminary cost estimation, the word itself says that it's not accurate one. So it is based on incomplete data and assumptions. So we don't have all the data. When we don't have all the individual data or detailed data, then we have to go with the preliminary cost estimation only based on incomplete data and a few assumptions we do. Then uses general information from sales and engineering teams. Not necessary. The technical team will be having all the details like in paper, exact number and prices, units, all the units. But they'll be getting some general information from the sales team and engineering team. Even they don't get the numbers, exact numbers from the sales and engineering team. General, basically they'll get some idea from them and they prepare some cost. That is what preliminary cost estimate. And also it will provide us a rough idea for cost before detailed plan. So if you want to go for detailed plan, we need some base pricing, right? For that, we can use this preliminary cost estimation technique and to get some rough idea of the cost before we are making any detailed planning. So this is what preliminary cost estimation. So final cost estimation is what? Based on the complete data for the particular product. So you will be having each and every component's price, including nuts and bolts and washers, or if you are going to use some recliners or greases or some fasteners, or are you going to do some, what is it, packaging for that, for the component. So everything, all the data related to pertaining to that particular product will be there in your hand, in as with the evidence you will be having. So that, with that, if you are preparing some cost estimate, it will be more accurate comparing with the preliminary cost estimation, right? So most accurate and reliable cost estimate comparing with the preliminary cost estimation, and this can be used for final decision making and budgeting. So once we make this kind of cost estimation, so that we can able to propose our budget for the upcoming financial year, or if you want to propose some, what to say, budget as a budget or quotation to the vendors or contractor, we can able to give most accurate and most reliable one, so that our chances of winning that proposal or project from the external vendors or suppliers, our government agency, will be higher. Okay, so these are the basic two types. One is preliminary cost estimation, another one is the final cost estimation. Both have its own merits and demerits. Like merits in terms of preliminary cost estimation, in the sense what we can have a quick cost estimation, but not necessary to have all the detailed data, because if we need a detailed data means we need to have some time to prepare that. So once we don't have time, so what can be done? So we have to do some preliminary. So the time is limited for us, then we have to go with the preliminary data. But we have time and we are looking for accurate data and reliable data, in the sense we have to do the final cost estimation with the detailed data, like a complete data about the particular product. Okay, these are the two types. And again, in terms of types of cost estimation, mostly it is being done in design phases, right? So how that idea is giving percentage of accuracy. For example, conceptual design will be if in the conceptual design, if we are making some cost estimation, that will be around 30% of accurate only. So plus or minus 30% accurate, maybe higher 30% we may estimate, lesser we can go with underestimate also possible. So that is what plus or minus 30 means. Plus means overestimation 30%, minus means underestimate 30% for concept. It's again rough data only I'm giving. Preliminary design means if we have a preliminary design, then we'll be having plus or minus 20% of accuracy range for the cost estimation. But once we have a detailed design, then we will be definitely having plus or minus 10%. Even that, even though we have a detailed design, the 10% variation possibilities are there. Okay. Why? In the sense, maybe when you go, it's estimation only. It's not actually occurred after that we are calculating. It may vary during the operation time, right? So you are planning and going inside the production process. In production process, you'll be encountering a number of problems or in number of difficulties, or machine might fall, stop in between, then time delay will be there, or expected time that raw materials from the supplier won't reach our industry, and sometimes the tool might fail here. Okay, or you need to do some maintenance, or some local holidays maybe there are restricted holiday, or nature creates some disaster, so that then we need to close that industry. So all will be counted like a time equal to money, right? So then you can't able to make some cost estimation pinpoint. So detailed design, even though we have a detailed design, it is possible to make plus or minus 10% only. Okay, percentage may vary like one or two here and there, but overall we have to consider conceptual design means we can provide the cost estimation with the plus or minus 30%, preliminary design with the 20%, then detailed design with the 10%. So these are the basics about types of cost estimation. Then, what are the methods of cost estimation? So we have three major methods available for cost estimation. One is conference method, comparison method, and detailed analysis method. So what is meant by conference method? So conference method, the conference itself, we know that people will gather in one place, right? It's the same thing based on experts' opinion and discussion. So who are all experts in your particular industry, they will assemble together, and they will discuss, and they will fix some, they will estimate some cost. So it depends on what their data, what they are possessing with them when they are coming for the table. Okay, accuracy depends on the availability of data. Without data, if they have they are giving some estimation, it's again it has its own accuracy level only. When it is needed, when it is useful, or when they will be adopting this principle, conference method, in the sense when they don't have any historical data. What is meant by historical data? One company is making one product. Assume one piston making company. They are making piston for multiple years, like more than 20 years, 30 years they are making. Then they will be having all the data, like in 10 years before, how they prepared, 5 years earlier, or 20 years. So all the history of data they will be having. With that historical data, they can able to prepare more detailed one. If they don't have any historical data, then it depends on expert opinion and their discussion. Expert opinion, in the sense, it's not about experience. Some may be experienced with more than 10 years or 15 years in some other field. So if he is in other department, not necessarily he will be having a expert opinion on that particular product. Okay, so he should be having even few people with 1 or 2 years of experience, but with expertise in that particular domain. they can be take part in that discussion, and they can able to share their opinion and view, so that cost estimation go on well. Okay, so that is one of the method, conference method. The second one is the comparison method. So use past experience and the existing data for estimation. So already you have your company have some data related to that particular product in the previous years. Use that, and also you take your existing data and you do some analysis, or if you needed any modification in the product, you do some small modification in that, so that the cost estimation will be easily estimated. So this is comparison. When it is suitable, until otherwise you are not having, until otherwise you are having similar product in your industry. If you don't have similar product in your industry, conference method is better. You have a similar product already being done, completed or produced, manufactured from your industry, then we can able to go with the comparison method, provided we should be having the past experience and also existing data. Okay, this is what comparison method. The detailed analysis method is break down the cost into individual components. You have to break down each and every elements of your product into individual components, account for that, and analyze for that, and fix some prices. So forecast some prices for that. That is what breakdown cost into individual components. Most reliable and accurate method in comparison with your previous two method, like conference method and comparison method. With the two, this detailed analysis method are most reliable and accurate method, but we need more required comprehensive data, and also we need time. So what are the factors affecting to decide which method we want to go, we want to select? In the sense, information required, level of detail that you need, you can't how much detail you need about the particular product is very much important. So consider a mobile phone. You can't say that I need a mobile phone. That is not the detail. You need a breakdown, like what kind of processor, what kind of RAM, what kind of how much memory, or what kind of camera, whether front camera, back camera, right? And what is the display panel, what is the size of, like detailed information. If you are having, or you have, then accordingly you can able to prepare the method. Or you have only limited information, you have to choose some other method, like a conference method or comparison method. Then if you have enough time to prepare, then you can go for detail. If you don't have time, like urgency, you need to give the proposal for that call for budget from the government vendor or any other supplier, then you have to go with conference method and comparison method. The chances of winning that proposal is again compromised if you don't have time. So these are the method of cost estimation. So now I'm going to explain with some example the method of cost estimation. We saw types of cost estimation, method of cost estimation. So even the types of are conference like method, almost like same. You can able to group, like a conference method and comparison method may comes under preliminary cost estimation, but detailed analysis method goes under your final cost estimate. Okay. So with the example, I want to discuss about method of cost estimation. Okay. Consider an example. Estimating the cost of an electric scooter. Yes, electric scooter. A company plans to launch a new electric scooter, and it needs to estimate production cost before manufacturing. So a company planning to make, produce, manufacture an electric scooter, they want to launch it, and they need to estimate the production cost before. Your company may be having producing vehicle. Assume like they are making petrol two-wheeler, petrol supplied two-wheeler, but now they have decided to go with electric motor, electric EV vehicle they are planning. Though they preparing some, they have experience in terms of bike making or scooter making, but they don't have experience on new electric scooter making. Why? In the sense, some information missing in them. So, but basic information they might be having, like what are all the tires needed, or structure needed for that seat, or how the dynamics of the vehicle, or what kind of suspension they want to use, whether to use some drive system, how That kind of information is there. So they can use some previously available, like a comparison method they do, then with the available data, then with that new data what they need, they can add and they can go. But for this particularly, for this example, if they go with the conference method, how it works, the conference method, how it works for this particular electrical scooter, in the sense, experts from different field in your particular industry, experts from the different fields, example from engineering, finance, production and procurement, all will gather together and they will discuss and estimate cost based on their knowledge. Okay, some may be telling like this, or some may be telling no, 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 we need to buy this. Engineering people will be telling no, we need to go for this particular specification motor, then only we can able to achieve better efficiency, like that they'll come and say. But finance team will say, no, 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 that is too expensive. We have to go with some other alternative with the compromised efficiency. So similarly, production people will be telling like, in order to make this particular EV scooter, we need these are all the facilities in our industry, like a man, machines, materials needed, like that. They'll be telling. Procurement team or purchase team will be telling, no, we have some stock in our company itself. It's there in our store, but we need to buy these many number of product for raw materials or motors or each and every individual components for making this EV scooters. Like that, they'll be telling. So all will be discussing in particular table and particular field. They will set and they estimate the cost. It's all depends on their knowledge. So no detailed data is required, and accuracy depends on the expert judgment. Again, they don't come with the prepared data sheets with the numbers, quantities, and all, but they will say, okay, this is much. I may need this much. It's a new cost, like that. They do. So this is what controls method. See, for example, another example I'm giving, like the company holds a meeting with its R&D team, research and development team, procurement team, industry consultant, all they'll discuss together based on their collective expertise. They estimate something. How they estimate? What they estimate? They estimate like a battery cost. The battery cost for 15,000 they are estimating based on current market trend. For that, not necessarily they will be having some quotations or bills from the market, but they with their expertise and experience, they may be telling like a current market trend it goes like the battery cost for 15,000, like that. And they'll say that the motor costs around 5,000, and frame and body materials if you want to prepare, then it would cost around 10,000, and the assembly and labor cost needed is around 8,000 particular for one particular EV scooter. Then totally they estimate like around 38,000 we need to make this EV scooter. This is what they can able to get at the end of conference method. With this all, it's a rough number. Accuracy depends on the judgment of the experts. Okay, so this is conference method. Let's move to that next stage is when we can able to use this conference method. Best used when, what time we can able to use this one. Developing a completely new product. As I said, EV vehicle is new for this particular industry. Then they need to develop some cost. They need to prepare some cost estimation, in the sense they can able to. If they don't have any historical data with them, then they can able to go with the conference method. If they don't have enough time to prepare the cost estimation, they need to give suddenly to the call for proposals or call for budgets from the other vendors or suppliers or government agency. Then they have to go with this particular cost estimation method. So they have some reasons, but it also comes up with its own limitation. Yes, accuracy depends on experience of the particular experts. It's up to the company, right? So somebody may be having a team with lots of experience and expertise, experience plus expertise, so that they can able to produce that cost estimation comparatively closer to the original or closer to that original estimated value, or lack of detailed breakdowns. If you don't have any detailed breakdowns, then that time we can able to go with the conference method. Okay, so next method is the comparison method. Okay, what part? The same EV scooter only. I'm taking as an example. Use past cost data of similar products and adjust for changes in design, material, and technology. That's what I said. If the company is already made some bike, even though it's uh, petrol based vehicle, but the basic information they might be having, right? For the scooter, particular scooter, they may be having basic vehicle. Only thing is, instead of petrol, they are changing with EV, right? Some information is updated here. So use the some past data or similar of similar products and adjust what changes in design, materials, and technology. Or if already they made a scooter, but they want to upgrade that scooter to the next level. They want to say change the CC value of that thing. They want to change the gear to non-gear type, but the brand is same and they want to go with that means they need to update some design, they need to technology wise they need to upgrade. So for example, nowadays technology in the sense it will give some alarm when you are going behind some speed limit, right, or overload, or if the EV vehicle means battery capacity, it will give some alarm, right? So or if you have forgot to lock something your vehicle, then it will give some alarm, or mobile phone connected version like that is there, right, the technology. So if you are adding, upgrading something with the existing data, that time you can go for the comparison method. Faster than detailed analysis. Yeah, faster than the detailed analysis. Because the detailed analysis you need lots of information and also you can able to make it faster in comparison method with respect to detailed analysis method. Example, the company previously manufactured a similar scooter with a lead acid battery. Okay, I was giving example like EV vehicle or petrol vehicle. Now there is example says like EV vehicle only, but EV vehicle with a different battery like a lead acid battery with the casting of 35,000. Casting is different than cost estimation. Casting means exact value. Remember, I will be explaining about the casting or cost accounting at the later chapters. So later chapters there in that particular unit. Casting is original cost occurred. Okay, so the company previously manufactured a similar scooter with a lead acid battery casting 35,000. Now they are switching to a lithium ion battery because trend is there. Nowadays, people are giving importance for the lithium-ion batteries and lots of research being happening. So they want to switch. The market will be demanding lithium-ion battery in the sense they need to switch instead of using the same old lead-acid battery. So which is 20 percentage more expensive than the lead-acid battery, but demand is for lithium-ion battery based vehicle only. So they have decided to shift. Then they do cost estimation means they have a previous data because only they are changing the battery, but all other details what they have can be used for estimating the thing, and also they need to adjust for new materials and maybe there may be inflation will be there, so they need to consider that inflation also. Okay, so battery cost increases from 15,000 to 18,000 now, and a minor improvement in motor efficiency because that previous vehicle maybe they might have received some feedback from the customers, or even in the industry itself they know they plan to upgrade that motor performance, so they need to do some improvement in the sense it's not come, it won't come with the free of cost, it come with its own cost. Assume like they are going to spend for 2,000 rupees and final cost estimated after comparison with the old scooter they are telling like 40,000. So this is comparison method. So when it is used, when it is suitable, yeah, similar product was produced previously from the particular industry. When you produce already you have produced the previously in your industry similar EV vehicle, but some other battery instead of lithium ion battery, lead acid battery they use, so they can able to use that those information and what are the changes they are going to put in for the new one, then they can. So need quick and reasonably accurate estimation. If they need, they have to go with it. Uh, Comparison method. Again, limitation is assume past cost structure remains similar. Okay, if you need to assume past cost structure is similar, but inflation may there. So because of inflation, if we are not considering, then we may end up with a loss, right? may not capture new inefficiency or changes in the manufacturing. If we go with the past thing, some upgradation in the manufacturing process also there. Production process, manufacturing methods or equipments needed, facilities needed to make that particular EV scooters may be upgraded in other field, other competitor. But we are sticking with that information in the sense our cost estimation will be not accurate. So what need to do is if we are comparing with that in the sense that inflation also. For example, instead of one CNC machine, if we are going with the CNC machine, the upgrading the NC to CNC need cost. But comparison method will say that NC machine cost only. With that, if you are calculating, again the cost estimation will go wrong. So that limitation we have. So we have seen like a conference method, comparison method, then detailed analysis method. What is detailed analysis method? How it works? So it breaks down cost into individual components. For example, materials, labor, machine cost, overhead, logistic cost, like that. Each and every split up they'll be breaking down into individual. Then they collect all the information, but it requires lots of data collection. Precise calculation is needed for detailed analysis method. One example, a company creates a detailed breakdown. So this is the detailed breakdown for that. What are the components? What is the cost involved? The battery, a lithium-ion battery with the 80,000 cost. Motor, they are going to use the motor again too specific, like a brushless motor, DC motor with the 2,500 watts of 7,000 rupees, and frame and body making you need 8,000 rupees, tires, brakes, suspension you need 6,000 rupees, electronics and controller you need 5,000 rupees, manufacturing and labor you need 10,000 rupees, packaging and logistic you need 3,000, and overhead profit margin you need 6,000. So put together you need 63,000. This is almost like a most closer. Again, this estimation plus or minus 10% definitely will be there, but comparing with the other two method like comparison method or conference method, this is most reliable and we can say with comparatively more accurate as well. So when it is used in the sense accuracy, if we need more accurate cost estimation, definitely we need to get that particular contract from that deal from that for that call for proposal or call for project. Then we need perfect or closer to the perfect accurate cost estimation. Then we need to go with the detailed analysis method. But when we have a data, if we have a data enough data like this, then we must go with this instead of going with comparison method conference method. We have to go with this kind of calculation. Why we need to waste the data which we have already, right? When detailed data is available, then we have to go with the detailed analysis method used for large scale production or complex product. When you go with the large volume of product, better to go with the detailed analysis method. As well as if your component need has lots of complicated or complex products or features available, then you have to go with the detailed analysis method. Why it is important? Complex in the sense, accordingly your manufacturing process, production process, or processing that particular features need special machines, maybe special tools, special jigsaws, and so that breakdown if we are doing and calculating, then our estimation may be accurate comparatively with the other two method. But what it definitely it will also having some limitation. It may take some time consumption will be there, requires extensive data collection. So in this video we discussed about types of cost estimation. In along with the types of cost estimation, in line with that, method of cost estimation also there. Three methods of cost estimation. One is conference, comparison, and the detailed analysis method. With some examples like electric scooter as an example, how the conference method or comparison method and detailed analysis method are beneficial. We have discussed. Okay, in the coming lecture, we will be discussing about data requirements for cost estimate. Okay, so I'm winding this video. Okay, thank you.